They're an upgrade. T is for troll. Origins of Lucian. I'm just checking these books to see if they have any sort of reveals as far as crafting recipes, or they have information on quests like that. A lot of these I seem to have already read. Soap. Okay, I think everything else is ready to rock and roll.
Boring. A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Etched whorls in the granite frame a delicate rotary dial. Gleaming under the dim light, the metallic dial almost seems to wink at you.
Enter the safe combination.
Taking your time, you carefully enter the combination. The metallic sounds of the tumblers falling within the mechanism let you know you entered the code correctly.
Excellent. Follow me.
All right. A wine barrel. Something we've been looking for forever. We've been looking for a wine barrel for pretty much the entire run. This will allow us to fill every empty cup and bottle with wine, increasing the value of trash into treasure. Cold mashed potatoes, 1 glass of wine. What, I can't fill it up more than that? Come on now. Are you really gonna make me fill it up 1 glass at a time? I hate you. Silly game. Oh, is it because I was just pouring it from cup to cup? That was dumb. Wine barrel. Yeah, it's just not gonna let me do it without manually doing it. What a shame. How is everyone? Might take a minute. You probably can't see this, but every time I craft, my keyboard responds. As I craft, a loading bar for the craft goes across my keyboard. And whenever I'm in dialogue options for the numbers, 1 through whatever number, all light up for each corresponding voice. Pretty weird feature. Pretty interesting. A Razer keyboard. I forget which one. How many empty cups do I have? Empty mugs. New recipe. Alright, can I fill the buckets with wine? That's the real question. Immersion ruined. Alright. So we made a buttload of wine. Changed it from 1 gold to 24. That's not including all the wine bottles at the bottom. What says wine bottles? $124 gold just off that. Perfect. Moving all this junk to the right character. We're gonna be selling all of this stuff real soon. She has a source fountain in her basement.
Ancient runes, weird contraptions. This place is an arcanist's dream.
Up, overweight again. Bane has a weight problem.
Junk.
Hungry flower spell. Deuce ahead. Go ahead and get these books off of the main character. Sneeze, sorry. Came out of nowhere. Let's see if I can find anything of value. Green lightning, that's pretty good. Empty bottle.
This again.
Vial? That junk? Yeah, crap. What's in this bag? Gold, I'll take it. Mortar and pestle, we will sell that. Along with the lid and the kettle. Kettles. Notes on Ascension. Maester Siva instructs me to record my research before I conduct any experiments regarding Godwoken Ascension. The ritual itself is quite simple. Place a single piece of black root in the ritual bowl. Draw blood with an obsidian lancet. Your own is most convenient, and sprinkle it upon the root. Set a flame to the bowl and its contents. Ensure that you have sufficient source and inhale the smoke. Beyond this point, nothing is known. That upgraded our quest log. A lot of stuff here still. This.
Opening the door, you see a selection of ingredients, thrown together in no particular order.
Look for the materials you need to complete the ritual.
After a quick rummage, you spot the black root, nestled between the grated dragon's tongue and Drudene oil. You gather up the black root, obsidian lance, and ancient bowl, and kick the door of the cupboard closed.
Awesome. Stealing your painting. And all your trash.
Rubbish.
Pot. Book.
Rubbish.
Okay.
Junk.
Firestorm grenade. That sounds fun. Lucky charm. Another firestorm grenade. They look like Molotov cocktails. I don't know if you guys can see them. Speaking of which, with all the riots going on, I couldn't imagine being a police officer and having people throw Molotov cocktails at you. That seems scary as hell. You just want to go to work. People throwing stuff at you. Obsidian Lancet. Can I use it? Marrowed Obsidian Lancet. Well, I guess skeletons don't have blood, so there's that. Epidemic of Fire Scroll. That sounds delicious. None of these books have good information in them. Cup of Oil. Alright. Do I... Let's put the black root in the bowl? We've already cut ourselves, and we have to light it on fire? Incinerator. Is that how you light it on fire? Wait a minute. Don't I have to mix...
Lucky find.
Combine with the lancet, right? All it needs is fire. Okay. Fire!
As the smoke swirls about your skull, your vision starts to swim and cloud. There is an intense pounding in your head, and you can feel the world fading.
Ignore the pounding in your head, push on deeper into the smoke. I'm a skeleton with no lungs, and this is weird.
As the world fades away, you lose all sense of being grounded. You reach out, but you could feel yourself falling slowly, sinking into the depths of your own soul.
The deepest recess of my soul.
We're back in the spirit
But it looks like the
world.
Hall of Echoes.
Hall of Echoes. That's a pretty cool floor. Could you imagine, like, having that kind of floor in your house? You're just walking along, and from the abyss comes steps. Well, I look good. What's up, Fane? I'm also Fane.
Bathed in the half-light of this eerie, starless landscape, you spot a figure you could only describe as you. Another you.
Are we in the Marvel Universe? Are you my doppelganger? From a different dimension? Is he from Rivellon 2?
It looks haggard and weak, its voice merely a feeble echo of your own.
Thane, my child, come. Come closer. Let us be revealed.
Your face and Amadia's mannerisms. Ask what kind of charming chimera you're speaking to.
No beast, no monster. Merely an illusion to be dispelled.
The apparition clasps your face in shaking skeletal hands, and you feel a tingle run through your bones. Everything becomes brighter, sharper. Blacks and whites become glorious bursts of color before fading back to their accustomed spectrum.
Time to open the eyes you lost so long ago. To see the world as you once did. Speak the spell.
Spirit Vision. Cast this spell regularly to reveal a hidden world of ghosts lingering in the mortal realm. Innate skills. Now, why didn't they have Bless be an innate skill? It kind of sucks that Bless has to take up a memory slot. And that Spirit Vision does not. And it's interesting that Spirit Vision is not a toggle. It's a spell that you have to cast all the time. It only lasts 10 turns. I don't know. There's a couple decisions in the game that are kind of like, why? Why would you do that?
God is a strange mirror image of yourself. Before you stands the goddess Amadia in all her spectral glory.
You know me now, don't you, Fane? Your sister, your guardian. You were my hero once. You must be so again. Your kindred soul was my last refuge, my last bastion. From here I can aid you, but only if you grant me one small kindness.
Amadia stretches out and nourishes herself from the source that abounds in your presence. You feel it deep down inside yourself as it drains away.
Ah, yes. That is better. That is so much better.
This
Truly,
goddess.
dying does not become a god.
This goddess. Just sucked me dry. She was wonderful. Dying? How curious. Ask what's wrong with her.
The forces of the king are hunting us down, leeching us in ways we never thought possible. Droplet by droplet, we are being drained.
Well, that's good. Being 2020, she does not have the corona.
We are battling for our very survival, and I doubt you would have us lose, Fane. Should we perish, we will be cast into oblivion, and I dare not dream what he will do to you.
Well, you didn't think this conversation could get any more depressing. And yet here you are. Impressive. Really.
Our battle is a work in progress. I did not say all was lost. There is still time. You must realize, dear one, that our fates are now as one, just as our souls are now as one. We are I. United, we are a force to be reckoned with. But if we are to survive the onslaught of the king and his void minions, you must remember what you have forgotten. We must become vastly more powerful. And once you are strong enough, we must travel to the Well of Ascension. There, you will become even more powerful.
Not along. And where is that?
Eager child, before we discuss the where, we must first muse the what. The Well of Ascension is a lake, a pool of pure source in which the powers of the Seven lie united. We gave those powers up freely to create the first divine, a mortal we infused with our united strength. To bathe in the lake is to become the divine.
Okay.
But you, Fane, you could be so much more, and that is why you must be the first to reach it, no matter what the cost.
Tell her not to worry. You may have picked up some mortal traits in the world, but failure is still a foreign concept to you.
I know, sweet child. Do you think I chose you for that fine bone structure alone?
Maybe.
It is important you realize how high the stakes are. The Void has never been this strong. A new divine won't be enough. You need to go to the Well of Ascension, not to bathe in its powers, but to take them. All of them. Even all those powers will barely be enough to defeat the king.
What does this mean for the Seven?
It is simplicity itself. They will bow to you, or be undone. Of course, the others are saying the same to their mortal God-woken as we speak. But there can be only one.
Highlander. All over again.
So make no mistake, dear Thane. The road to divinity may well mean the blood of those 6 traitors staining your ivory hands. But do not let that dismay you. You will save these mortals. You will save this world. You will save me, the last of your true kin. And you will become a god.
And what are the mortal races? What will become of them?
They will be at your mercy, which is vastly preferable to you being at theirs, wouldn't you agree? So fret not, but revel in the promise of the lake. I will lead you there when you are ready. when you have remastered the source and once again speak the language of creation.
So she wants us to take all the power from the gods and treat the races as I see fit.
Our journey will be fraught with peril. It is a pilgrimage of challenges that will require you to command Source as you once did, and wield its most powerful spells.
If I need to learn anything further, surely there's no better tutor than herself.
Laughter rolls and echoes into infinity.
You flatter me, dear child, but if all I had to do was give, you would have received long ago. We are I now. I shall teach you the spells you need to remember soon, but not before you relearn how to channel the source in greater volumes. That is why you need to seek these masters of the source. You must make them teach you, so that you can regain your full power. They may be nothing but mortals, but like all mortals, they have their uses. Return to Rivellon, seek them out, and force these masters to share the knowledge they have gleaned. Once you have, return to me here.
You would have thought she knew more about Source than any mortal.
Alas, I am no longer who I once was, bound to you as I've become. I will teach you what I can, but the links that will expand the bounds of your soul, those are connections I cannot make for you.
Leave.
Good luck, dear Fane. Make me proud.
The Meister is examining her wounds, prodding at this, wincing at that. Her face seems grim as she turns to you.
Do you know what it means to have the power of the divine, Godwoken?
Vane, say it a chance to know the truth.
You would trade every soul in Rivellon for the sake of knowledge. You would make a ferocious librarian.
That's right. And the overdue books would be the death of all.
No. Becoming the divine means taking on the power of all the gods and the responsibility for all the races. The divine was created by the gods to shelter us from the void.
Okay.
The divine cannot use his power for anything else.
I understand.
Very well, then. Let's see if we can't snatch divinity from the jaws of the void. The ritual itself is quite simple. Drop some blackroot in the bowl, mix in a little blood, set the concoction aflame, and then, well, not inhale the smoke, but whatever the skeletal equivalent is. Ignore any feelings of dizziness, itchy bones,
We know all
or a
this.
dire sense of everything you need is here.
The Meister looks back at her wounds, curiously.
I guess we
prodding
didn't talk to
them
her
as
before we
fresh
looted her
blood
entire
oozes
area.
out, staining her claws.
Say that you will get started immediately.
And do not lose anything.
Okay, talk to Sir Laura.
Marcus, what are you looking at? Egad, stop gawking at the shield. You ought to be quite used to such journeys into that stone realm by now. Meanwhile, the acorn draws nearer. I read through some tomes I saw that cranky old lizard carry. Some fascinating leads, but nothing like the power we need to stop the Knights of Dre and their wicked plot.
Find anything we can use?
Our gargantuan friend has something of a one-track mind, Quercus? Why are all giants so focused on taking all they can?
It's in our nature.
Yes, our shield may have given a lot of itself. I had noticed, you know. I owe our shield my life several times over. I hardly need to grovel and thank it each time. I'm sure it knows I appreciate it.
Right.
Now, if you're quite finished ogling your favorite long-legged scratching post, we need to save the world already.
Give me just a second. Okay, so get the source. Link up. Save it. Put that there. Where is our pyramid? We have one? Yes. The blue pyramid will be the source pyramid. If we ever need to come back here in a hurry, we will know how to do that. And if I get really screwed, I will use it as an egress to get out in case things get really bad. We talked to the Meister. She's got a red banner.
The Meister stares intently at you. Her eyes are tired and bruised, but determined.
Still alive? Gods above, there might be something to you after all.
Ah, we're level 10, that's right.
She leans in, her bloody tongue flickering hungrily about your face.
That sounds weird.
Tell me, what did you see? What you know?
The secrets you learned are not for mortal ears. Just kidding. Ignore the throbbing in your skull and tell her everything.
She sighs impatiently as you hold your head in your hands, rubbing what's left of your temples.
You can't channel enough source? Gods be damned, why couldn't you have a nice simple problem? Finding an orc to dance the hornpipe, perhaps?
Tell her that it's not like it's easy just to open up the channels of source.
Indeed not. They're never more difficult when you've been purged. I was a master of source once, but no longer. The Magisters saw to that. The river of my source has been dammed. My link to the font from which it flows, severed.
It's a good thing you got a source fountain.
So we must seek alternatives. Alas, the only source masters not yet hauled off to Fort Joy or turned into meat puppets are those too dangerous or cunning for the Magisters to contain. Sorcerers that allowed their power to corrupt them. Many are wicked, cruel, vile, and generally not good teacher material, but we may have no others to turn to.
Sounds dangerous, but if that's what it takes.
Just so. Some of these are quite dark, twisted individuals. The kind of creatures that grew bored pulling the legs from spiders and so moved on to people. However, it is the path we walk, no matter what the cost. No matter what is asked of you.
Continue.
The Meister doubles over in a violent coughing fit, struggling for breath. After a few moments, she regains her composure, wiping a thin smear of blood from the corner of her mouth.
No matter what is asked of you, you must learn from them.
Where can I find them?
The Magisters have kept ledgers with all known sorcerers, especially the powerful ones not yet captured. They would be an invaluable resource.
Let's go see the Magisters.
But do be careful not to get caught. I was their guest for a time, and I promise you the gallows was the most comfortable part of the experience. And if their barracks turns out to be as empty as their skulls, just keep your eye sockets peeled. There may still be powerful sorcerers hiding in these lands.
As she speaks, one of her wounds reopens, a dark red stain spreading across her tunic. She hisses in frustration and starts to bind the gash.
I wish there was more I could do, but in this condition, I would be more a hindrance than a boon. Godspeed, and remember, do whatever it takes.
I'll be back as soon as possible after trading with you. I think the gloves are pretty nice. I mean, we're getting to the point where we got to replace these. Yep. Those pants are just ridiculous. Great. We're not going to worry about making her her attitude towards us. We probably won't be trading with her too much. I do love teleportation, but these gotta go. It's time. Maybe we'll put arrow. Oh, look at this chest. A source orb. Didn't even see this. Mass cleanse wound and evasive aura. Oh, I combine with manage runes. Evasive aura, look at that. One source point, evasive aura. That's much better than his base one. Cool. Let's keep going. Looks like we're in town here, David. In case somebody goes nuts. We've seen
This
Ithan
town
go
looks
nuts in
peaceful
the
enough.
past.
Let's find out if looks deceive.
Turn off the highlights. Talk to Rusty.
The dog lies there quietly, clearly in great pain.
You don't smell right.
Pet the dog.
It snaps at your hand.
What's wrong with you?
Got a pain in the neck. You've got a bad pain in the neck.
Lay your hand on the neck.
It flinches. A low, threatening growl builds within its throat.
Slide your hand beneath its studded collar.
Under the collar, you find the sharpened points of metal rivets, gouging the poor dog's skin. The dog bares its teeth at you and growls.
Tell the dog that you can heal its pain, but it must trust you.
The dog gives you a long, hard stare, but does not bite you. Yet.
Turn the collar inside out.
The dog goes to bite your hand, and then realizes the pain is gone.
Hey, I feel okay. Thanks, man. Think
Who-
I'll wander off now. Here, before I go, what can I do to show my gratitude?
Who put the collar on you?
Master did.
Ask if he knows what that means.
Huh? Wait a minute. Master hurted me? Excuse me a minute. I'm gonna go now, but first I have a thing I need to do.
He turns to his master.
You bad man, you!
My word, but you do look exhausted. I bet you could use a touch of magic.
Keeping it together,
Yep.
Bree. I'm all right. As long
I
as
don't think we're gonna get Poison Wave
you're safe among friends.
on Prince.
Never forget it.
Fire Whip.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
I don't come visit your ton. Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together.
Oh
Bree.
man, this guy's gonna take a lot of work.
Think about it too much. You're safe
What
among
else can I throw at you?
Never forget it.
Still not enough. This guy's stubborn. Got a lot of books though. So close, so far away. I should do it. Boom. Earthquake.
Keeping it together, Bree.
Fire whip.
As long as I don't think about it too much.
Flame
You're safe among
tongues.
friends. Never forget it.
Immediately attacking approaching enemies. Laser ray.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of
Flaming
vinegar.
tongues. Where did fire whip go? There it is. That is so much gold.
I don't come visit you.
Get rid of flaming tongues. Still can't afford it. Nether swap? Pressure spike?
Keeping it together, Bree.
That's a one cost skill.
You're safe among friends.
Teleportation, hungry
Never
flower.
forget it.
Switch places with 2 characters. Oh, make 2 characters switch places. One of them can be me. Huh. Pressure spike looks good. It's only 1 point. I want pressure spike. Beast has a problem with ability power, or ability points. He just runs out way too fast. Terrain transmutation. Swap surfaces and clouds. Summon an oily blob.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
Skin graft, that's a good one. I don't think we have the gold for it though. We'll have to just take these. We might have to end up coming back and robbing everyone.
Cold and poison. How you hold that void walking?
You want pressure spike? We want to learn that.
Cold steel.
What do we replace for pressure spike? Maybe we get rid of crippling blow for now? I mean, we have blinding squall. Let's go ahead and drop chain lightning.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
Because it's 3 abilities, power versus 2, or whatever, action points. Do we have another attack we can give him? We do.
Keeping it together, Bree.
Do the ice
I'm all
damage.
right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
Pressure spike. That seems
You're
good.
safe among friends. Never forget
It's
it.
a big area. Save it. For 1 action point? That's pretty good. 102 damage. We'll put it on. Summon Fire Slug, get out of here. The Laser Ray and Earthquake. Main Cloak we never use. Put Contamination back in.
Keeping it together, Bree.
Looking good.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.